Yo, what's up, guys? My name is DFree, and today I'm going to talk about freemium gaming specifically. Now, with the introduction of the 1 year anniversary and the Gogeta banner on global, a lot of people are really just up in arms. You've seen people do videos where they're really lucky, or people do videos where they're not really lucky. Honestly, to be completely honest, some of the main iconic people in the Dokkan community, such as like my friend Theo, living Ichigo, he had a really bad summon video. And another one of my friends, Danny, Geekdom 101, he had a really bad summon video. I personally didn't have a bad one. I don't think Dino has uploaded one yet on the Gogeta banner, but you're going to see a bunch of, mixed results. And as a result of this, that's basically made a lot of people kind of open their eyes, It's made them say, hey, this game is kind of BS. It's kind of, a scummy game, to be honest. It's not handling business the way it probably should from the consumer's perspective. Now, the aim of my video is not to invalidate anything anybody else said in their videos or to attack anybody else, because I respect everybody else's opinion, their content, and everything like that, especially if I'm cool with you, I talk to you, whatever the case is. I'm not here to try to sway anybody's opinion. I'm here to kind of elaborate on that same popular opinion. I'm not here to try to defend Dokkan or Bandai or the game developers, I think like the Akatsuki or whatever they're called. I'm not here to do that, but to kind of shed a little more light on the scenario for people that don't fully understand how this works. Now, on a side note, before I get into this really, me and Mark, aka Real to Real, we did a video where we kind of talked a lot about freemium gaming, which is a topic that we did a few months ago, but it has a lot more merit now today with the way things have gone. Now, to kind of just jump into this here, I want to start off by just summarizing how this works. Excuse me, my phone is on. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. Bandai has several games, gacha games, summon games, that use the same mechanic in that you get X number of in-game currency, whether it's gems, stones, whatever the case is. You get X number of those, you go to the summon screen, and you gamble. Gamble is the operative word here, for a chance to summon whatever they're featuring in that banner that you're summoning from. Now, the reason I say gambling is because if you think about it, that's really what it is. What do you do when you go to a casino? You go pull out money and you go throw money here and there for a chance to get more money or whatever the case is. That's what it really is. Now, obviously, it's not 100% like that because this is a digital mobile game, you know what I'm saying? It's not like you're going to come back with something tangible or physical to really say, hey, I spent my money on this. You're going to obviously just be in a game platform. But the thing is that these games are smart from a business perspective, but not smart or not beneficial or healthy by that same vein to the consumer. The consumer, obviously, if you're going to go out and spend $100 on some stones, you would want at least some sort of guarantee that you're going to get something good. Could they handle these games better and say, hey, if you spend $30, you'll get Gogeta, for example, or $40. Well, they could at least throw a ballpark figure at you so you know what you're doing, but they don't choose to do that. Why? They choose to be very conspicuous, with the way that it goes. They try to make you basically spend money, go summon, see if you get it. If you do, I guess you're just done. Unless you got that greed factor. Sometimes the greed factor kicks in. It's like, oh, this banner is so amazing. I've had great luck. I'm going to keep going. Even though the rates don't change from banner to banner, they're typically the same rates unless they say they've got a rate up. That just basically explains that people get lucky on some banners and people just don't get luck on the next banner. It's just pretty much how it works. But they make you want to spend. And I honestly, in my video, I was like, damn, I didn't go get Gogeta. Okay, I really want to go buy some more goddamn gems right now. And I'm not going to talk anything bad about somebody that spends money on these games, because guess what? These are not free games. They cost money to pay the employees. They cost money to run the servers and do maintenance on the servers. You can pick up the game and try to play the game, but the game does not want you to be a free player. Understand that. It's basically like a sample size. That's how freemium gaming works. It's not just Dokkan, it's all of these other little games that have summon mechanics in them. They work the same exact way. Now, they're only going to give you a chance at getting something The reasoning behind that is because if you get everything you ever want, you'll never summon on the banners again. And that's why they have to keep on bringing out new amazing stuff. Like Dokkan's brought out Great Apes. They just brought out Vegito Super Saiyan. They're bringing out all this stuff. They got to keep upping the ante to keep you coming back because you have this operative need to get whatever they're throwing at you. And as a result, you spend money. And then from there, they say, oh, look, we've got your money. We don't care how low the rates are. We're just going to keep on popping out more stuff because we know you'll keep buying. And the more you keep buying, the more money we're making. So it's not smart or healthy from the consumer standpoint, but it's an amazing business strategy. It is. It's what it is. It is designed to make you keep coming back for more. That's why they do it the way that they do. It's so scummy. I know it is. But everybody that ever plays these games and summons on these games or buys on these games, you're falling prey to that business scheme. And, the thing is that you kind of have to understand that. You got to kind of take these games with a grain of salt. You have to understand that if you sit there and download the game, invest your time into the game, you've got to understand that this is the way this game is run. You have to. For example, the rates on global and on Japan for that matter are hover around 6, 7, 8%. In both of these games at this point. There was a long time ago, like you guys, a lot of you guys are newer and didn't really experience this, okay? When I first picked up this game in September, October-ish, there was a banner called Super Saiyan Festival. That is probably the worst banner to ever come to this game, okay? I'm going to tell you guys something personal here. I've got an amazing job. I'm never going to pay shame anybody. If you're able to take care of everything you need to, you're able to take care of your family, pay your bills, your rent, everything like that, more power to you, man. Feel free to play with your money however you want to. Throw money at these games as much as you want. And the reason I throw that up is because that applies to me too. So this is something personal. I've only told friends this. When that banner was active, okay, I sat down and I was like, okay. It said, it had all these amazing cards in the banner, like Super Saiyan Bardock and stuff like that. There was nothing really incredible in that banner, looking at it in hindsight, obviously, because this game has a massive power creep to where they always have to bring out new stuff. But there was a lot of fun stuff in that banner, so I was just like, I want to keep summoning to get some amazing stuff. And Gohan's my favorite character. There was a Super Saiyan Gohan in there, and then there was a Bojack banner that was running right beside that one, and I was like, I've got to summon to get this Super Saiyan 2 AGL Gohan and that Goku Gi. That's my favorite version of Gohan. It was literally like the game knew when I was going to start playing, and they were like, oh, this is his favorite character. Let's throw it right at him. I felt that way, even though that's not the case, of course. So what happened was I wound up basically spending $700 or $800 on those two banners. And what really makes it really bad, okay, is that I never got an SSR in $700 or $800 on that Super Saiyan Festival banner. I wound up ultimately getting that Gohan, okay? I have a really old summon video if you guys want to look for it from like around the time I started making Dokkan videos, like around September, October, August, whatever, in that area, where I did summon that Gohan on camera, okay? I wound up getting him, but that was after I spent about $800. So all in all, in those two banners, I spent almost $1,000. Now, I didn't even notice it, okay? Because this was my first exposure to a mobile game, okay? I had no freaking idea how this worked out and what the business strategy was. I'm just sitting there like, oh, I'm not getting anything. I'm going to go again. Oh, I'm not getting anything. And this is where it's dangerous to have a credit card linked up to an iTunes account or like a Google Play account, whatever the case is, because all you do is hit the freaking store button. You just hit the buy. And I didn't realize what happened until I went back and I looked at my transaction history, and looking at the transaction history, I was like, damn, I'll never do this shit again. It was really bad. So I didn't notice. And that's when I first got my first exposure to the way that these games operate, especially since I never got an SSR on that banner. I threw so much money at the game. I could legit sue fucking Bandai for that shit. It wouldn't go anywhere, obviously, but I should try, because I didn't get anything. I just threw money at it. But that, like I said, that's gambling. That's what this game is predicated on. And it's so bad because it brings out the worst side of a human. It brings out the worst side of our human nature, excuse me, in that we always feel like we need something. Now, if you are mentally tough and you can sit there and say, hey, I don't want this, I'm not going to keep going, or I'm not going to buy, then more power to you. But understand that I feel like there is a certain level of accountability with this, okay? If you sit down and take the time to play the game, then you know what to expect. You know what to expect. That's not to say that they should never increase the rates, and they do from time to time. It's not to say that they should never have more events or give out more free stones. Obviously, the game is going to cater to a paying player. That's just the way that it is structured. It doesn't want you to be a free player, so they're going to limit your ability to be a free player long term. So, I don't know. I just wanted to kind of elaborate on some of this and bring a little bit of light to it for a lot of guys that don't really understand how this works. Because, it's just the way that these games are, and it's just for every game. It's not healthy. It's not. So if you are going to drop the games or put down the games or whatever because they're making you break the bank too much or they're stressing you out, feel free to do so, man. Like, more power to you. Feel free to do so, because I don't want to see people unable to, take care of themselves because they feel like they need to do this or that. And I don't want to see people legitimately frustrated. Like, a lot of my friends are legitimately frustrated because they didn't get what they wanted or what they expected or what they anticipated, and a lot of my subscribers, probably watching this video too, are legitimately frustrated, and I get that. I personally am in the same boat. I didn't get what I wanted, and that's just a horrible feeling, to throw all this money at something and not get what you want. So, or not even money, you can be a free player and just have save stones and, not, avoided temptation and stuff like that. So I hear you, I really do. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video nonetheless. Please be sure to subscribe, and I'll leave that video down below for you guys. I would implore you guys to check that video out. It's a few months old, probably about 5 or 6 months old, but it came out really, really well. But that's it for me, guys. If you have anything that you want to say, feel free to leave it in a comment. And if you have any alternate opinions versus what I want to say, or if you guys want to elaborate on what I had to say here today, because I didn't want to make this too long, feel free to do so in the comments. But that is it for me. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.